Today we are going to learn the clone stamp tool. This is a tool that is very, very useful in Photoshop. If you ever want to get rid of a part of the picture or cover part of the picture up by cloning a different cloning from or taking a section of the same picture and placing it over another section, this is the tool that you want to use. If you want to take or clone out a person or a small piece of trash, this is very, very useful. Also, if you want to duplicate or actually clone an object, you can as well. Very, very useful. Cloning out a human might be a little hard, but if it's like a limb or an arm or a head, this is a tool that you can use. So, clicking right here and clicking clone stamp, right? Not pattern stamp, but clone stamp. Take a look at the formatting toolbar. We have the brush size for the clone stamp, as well as, and the bigger the size, the bigger the brush, as well as right here. I'd recommend the soft edge brushes because it blends a little bit better, but if you need to make sure there's a hard edge, then you'd probably want to switch your brush to a hard edge brush like one of these. Or you can do both. But for now, let's go to 65 on the soft edge or soft round brush. And what we're going to do is we are going to make a copy of this layer because we never want to make a background or make a permanent edit on the background layer. So you can click right here and drag it down to where it says new layer or create new layer, like that. Or if you don't want to do that, the traditional way is by going to layer, duplicate layer. And then you can just put cloned out duck. Okay? Um, or you can rename it by double clicking on it. Alright, so we have the cloned out duck. We're not making any permanent edits to the background layer, so make sure that you're on the copy layer. And then what you want to do is you want to hold down Alt, and you can tell that it switches to a target sign. If I let go, it goes back to my regular cursor. But in your clone stamp tool, if you hold down Alt, you need to sample a part of the image that you want to place over the duck. So we're going to try to sample out and get rid of this duck. So I'm going to hold down Alt, I'm going to click, let go, and then I'm going to move my cursor over here, and then I can hold my cursor down and then just start moving. And you can see the plus sign moving along with the brush. Wherever the plus sign is, that's where it's sampling from and placing it over the duck, okay, or wherever my brush is. Now, if I just did that the whole time, it would start just moving the duck down like this, and it wouldn't look good. So what you have to do is you have to continually sample and place it over, right? So don't just hold down Alt and sample once and say, okay, I'm good. You have to keep on sampling different spots. So I'm going to hold down Alt, click once, let go, and sample, sample, sample. Click right here, sample out the edge of the grass. Maybe add some of this. Say, all right, and keep on sampling. You might have to zoom in to get pretty close and maybe change your brush size. So if you click back on your clone stamp tool, change the brush size to a little bit smaller, then you can start cloning around and say click right here. Right? Now if I zoom out, you can see that I've cloned out that duck. And go to your layer palette and you can turn the eye on and off, and you can kind of see the before and after. Subsequently, if you want to make a clone of something in your picture, this stamp can be used as well, hence the name clone stamp tool. So if let's say I wanted to make a clone of this, I can, I'm still on the copy layer, and I'm going to hold down, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, the brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to hold down Alt, click on it, let go, and I'm just holding this down, and all I'm doing is I'm looking at the plus side the plus sign on the original duck because I need to know exactly where to go, right? And I can fill it in and something like that. And now we've made a cloned version of that duck, okay? And there you go. That's a clone stamp tool. Remember, don't make it on a, don't create, this is a destructive tool, so you want to make sure that you're on either a new layer or a copy layer when you're doing this.